Hey guys, I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bush Grinder. We'll cook a little bit of supper out over the campfire tonight. I thought I'd bring you along. Let me reposition this camera. I'll show you exactly what we're going to do for a meal for this evening. One pot, easy camping meals. Coming right up. Okay, as you can see, I've got 1 quart of water in my billy can set up over top of the campfire, and I'm going to cook my supper in 1 can as well as the family there on the Pathfinder grill top. But in mine, let me zoom in here just a little bit. What I have here on this plate is I have some venison tenderloin that I've sliced up nice and small. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, 2 fingers wide. I've got some chopped carrots, some scallions. This is a little bit of coconut oil. There's no fat in the venison, and I want something to give me a little bit of fat inside of that. And then I have some baby spinach and some carrot. To flavor, to season my water, I'm simply going to use that it's a beef flavored bouillon cube. I can't remember the name of it. And then to add just a little bit more substance to it, make it kind of like one of the soups that you get at a Chinese restaurant, I'm going to add a packet of, probably a half a packet of the ramen noodles. So let me start adding this to the pot. I'll just swing you right over, and you can watch me as there we go, back you back out here. Awesome. And we'll get this cooking right away. Now the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and put my oil into the pot. So I'll put just a spoonful of that coconut oil, and then my beef bouillon cube. Break that up and put that in there a little bit. That's going to be my major seasoning. And then I have some scallion. I'm going to go ahead and put that in because I really like the oniony flavor. This spring has played havoc on my head, not as much as years past, thank God, but I've been having issues here the last couple of days, and that will certainly help open my head up. Now we got a couple of pieces of carrot in there as I started dropping my meat in, but that's not a problem at all. That's okay. But we're going to give that meat just a little bit of time to start cooking. We're going to put our top back on there and bring that back up to a boil, and then here in a few minutes I'll get the rest of the ingredients in, which is just a little bit of that baby spinach, and the carrots are all that's left. We'll boil that up. Once it's boiling, I'll drop my noodles in at the same time. So let me get the family's meat on the grill here, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, that's been cooking for a few minutes, so I'm sure we've definitely acquired a good rapid boil now for quite a while, and we have. So I'm going to go ahead and add my other ingredients. The first thing I'm going to add is the amount of ramen noodles. Now I am not going to add the packet. I'm only using the noodles, and I'm not going to use a whole pack. I just don't want all the carbs. So let me drop a few pieces down in there. I broke it up. Like I said, I don't really want all of the carbs. The idea behind this meal is to get all of that broth and some vitamins back in there. A little bit of oil, all that stuff that makes you feel better. So now we'll start dropping our spinach in, and it looks like a lot, but it'll cook down pretty rapidly. That is, if I don't drop it all on the ground. And you know guys, we're just out in the backyard today. I was getting ready to do a little bit of cleanup and realized that a lot of wild edibles are coming up, so I wanted to shoot some video on that. And I love cooking outside. Had the campfire going, and this is a great time to practice some of these skills and even to use some wild edibles. Now I'm using store-bought spinach and carrots and scallions, but right now the wild onions are coming up all over the place, and there's some lamb's quarter out there right now that's nice and young and tender that I actually prefer over top of my spinach, but I don't have a whole lot of it here on the property, and I'm saving that for dinner tomorrow night. But remember, you can learn all of these different plants and all that grow wild, but your backyard is a great place to try them and see how you like them and try some different cooking methods. Now, you know, I always like to give you a little tip also, and you'll notice, let me try to zoom in here, on the meat that's cooking on the Pathfinder grate, you'll see that there's an aluminum grate sitting there that really makes the size of the hole smaller over top of that grate, keeps your food from falling through, also keeps it off the top of those grate bars that, at least for the type of stuff that I use it for, they tend to get a little rusty or coated in grease and all. So that makes a nice cooking surface. I buy those in packs of 2 or 3 at a time in the grill section at the local grocery store, and they're really handy when you're going backpacking and all. A couple of green sticks laid over top of a Dakota hole and you can do some really nice grilling. Just be careful of the wood that you use for your green sticks and also the type of wood that you're using for your charcoal. Today I'm using all red oak for my both the wood that is surrounding my border here, and also the wood that I'm burning. Makes a nice coal, gives the food a nice taste. I prefer it. And if you noticed on the steak and the hamburgers, I put no seasoning whatsoever. We're just going to let the natural goodness from the campfire season our meats tonight. Now I went ahead and took that belly can off. I do not want to overcook my noodles or overcook the spinach. I'm going to let that sit in there and steep for a little while now while the meat continues to cook. And give it a little bit of chance to cool off, and I'll pour some in a bowl over here and we'll give it a try on camera. Alright guys, well, you know, anytime anybody tries anything on camera, it's always the best thing that they ever ate. But let's give it a shot and see. See if we can go for the perfect bite here with a little bit of carrot, a little bit of spinach, a little bit of meat. Now that's good. Noodles and spinach are cooked just right. Carrots still have a little bit of crunch to it. Onion flavor, a little bit of coconut really popping through. And all those spices from that beef bouillon cube are just perfect. That was with 1 quart of water and just a small section of a deer tenderloin. Hey, it's the first time I've tried this. It's a one-pot recipe. Wanted to try it before I went out into the bush camping. It's a great way to practice some skills and have a good time in the backyard. I enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. And until next time, I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft and Global Safety and Survival. Until next time, guys, God bless.